John Dodson versus J.R. Ridge.
And Sean, everything almost identical here. 1 inch reach advantage. That is not much. It's not going to be about who has the tail of the tape, who's got longer arms, who's able to put in their game plan. Whoever's able to do that is going to win this fight.
Before his 38th birthday, J.R. Ridge is now set for the biggest fight of his life. Born in the Philippines, based in Florida, J.R. Ridge enters 3-1 at BKFC. He was a member of the United States Sand Show national team, which captured the bronze medal in 2006 at the World Championships in China. In our fighter meeting, Ridge said, "From my Sand Show base and background, I want to showcase that movement. From the outside, don't waste energy and be calculated with my punches."
He also talked about how much emphasis he put on strength and condition this time. Feels like he's stronger than ever. Can utilize that when he wants to push his opponent around. He wants to use angles, straight punches. Feels like timing is his key right here for catching his opponent in a place where he's not ready.
J.R. Ridge said of John Dodson, his opponent in this world title fight, "He's very patient and then he explodes. I know that he's fast, but I feel that I am equal in speed." Ridge said, "To negate that explosiveness of Dodson, I have to move effectively from the outside."
He also has to land body shots to slow his opponent down. Wants to frustrate his opponent with that pressure. We've talked about it. Get in there, take away his opponent's explosiveness, and that makes it tiring as the fight goes on.
Ridge said Dodson, he believes, has a tendency to throw looping punches when coming forward. Ridge said, "Timing is imperative to me. I have to time off of the Dodson looping punches with hard, straight punches."
Wants to have calculated shots in there and not wasting any energy right there. Be smart the entire fight.
John Dodson, 2-0 at BKFC, a veteran of 37 pro MMA fights in his A-list professional mixed martial arts career, which includes 17 bouts in the UFC. Twice in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, John Dodson faced then champion Demetrius Johnson for the UFC 125-pound world title. Dodson was also fought twice in Rising. In our fighter meeting, Dodson told us, quote, "My best defense is a great offense in BKFC." Dodson said, "That is the mindset that I have had to get to 2-0 in this promotion, and that is my mindset that will take me to this world title versus J.R. Ridge."
He understands he doesn't want to get hit. Like I said, he wants to do that with a lot of punches. Has to make sure he's controlling the tempo, the rhythm, deciding when and where the fight happens. He wants to stay outside, explode in, and then get right back out.
John Dodson said of J.R. Ridge, "I believe he wants to be methodical. I believe he wants to stay long, land off of counters, try to time my misses." Dodson said, "I have to control the tempo of this fight, and I want a high tempo of this fight."
Punches he wants to throw overhand right. Those are his money shots. Those are the ones when he lands them, knocks people out.
To get our main event of the evening started, we send it back to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. 5 two-minute rounds for the inaugural BKFC World Flyweight Championship. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Sanctioned by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Chairman Joe Chavez. Executive Director Richard Espinoza. Commissioner in attendance Larry Lewick. And our event coordinator Elaine Chavez. The 3 judges scoring our championship main event. Esther Lopez, Mark Sanchez, Chris Diaz. And the third man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Andrew Glenn. And now, with our bare-knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app from the sold-out Tingley Coliseum, fight fans of Albuquerque, it's time to knuckle. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 123.4 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of Angeles, the Philippines. Here is JR, the Lion. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears purple and green. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 124.6 pounds. He is uncontested at 2-0. Here is the undefeated fighting pride of the 505, John the Magician Dodson!
John Dodson told us, I most definitely feel that I will have a sizable advantage with my cardio over JR Ridge. And that cardio advantage will allow me to set and control this ultra high tempo. Round number 1. Purple trunks for John Dodson, black trunks for JR Ridge. We did start off from scratch for both fighters. Now the explosion in from John Dodson.
Already a good punch like right there.
Dodson with the left hand, big right hand. The flurry on the inside. It's trying to reset. Listen with the 2. Smile on the face of Dodson. 1-2 off the mark for Riggs. It did back John Dodson off his striking line. Immediately the chant of Dodson from the sold-out Tingley Coliseum crowd in Albuquerque. The push down and ruled a slip immediately by referee Andrew Glenn. But JR Ridge staying on the canvas.
He was hit before that, but it looked like it was a push down afterwards, is what they're saying.
Time called by referee Andrew Glenn. Ridge is holding his left eye, pulling at it again. Ridge now has up to 5 minutes to recover. See, the issue is the left eye.
And you can see here, that was a straight left hand that did it right there. It was a punch that hurt his eye, but it was a push down right there, and I think that's why they stopped it. Unfortunate right there, because if he couldn't see that, I mean, Dodson might have been able to get the finish. I'm glad this is
will restart this world title fight. Sporting touch of hands, right back to it. Good left hand from Dodson. Ridge on his back foot. He's trying to explode forward. Dodson on the turn, left hand. More big shots from Dodson. Huge right hand from John Dodson, now reset it. Ridge having his jab negated by the lead hand of Dodson. He's trying to throw the right hand to the body. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. Dodson picking off that lead jab of JR Ridge. Dodson now to the inside, right hand. Big shot, another big shot. Ridge trying to circle out, trying to throw back, takes the left hand, right hand. Another big shot on the left hand, and that is a clean knockdown.
You can see the eye still really bothering Ridge right now. I don't know if he's getting up. Doesn't look like it.
9, 10. The count of 10. John Dodson is the first ever BKFC men's flyweight world champion.
Still never made it out the first round, Sean.
3 fights, 3 first-round finishes for John Dodson in BKFC.
And Sean, I still feel like he is the most accurate striker we have. Those with power, so those with that precision, he's going to be tough to beat for anybody. I don't know what game plan you come up with. You have to get inside, slow him down, but he's so tough to get in on. And you can see you're just overwhelming. Always in good position, hand in the right position, waiting for his turn, avoiding shots, exploding in, just great work. Look at that, there's that half-time plum. It was just one little shot that did the damage right there. The ones you don't see are the ones that hurt. That's what did, landed a good shot.
In this city, Albuquerque, New Mexico, of superstar fighters, John Dodson. On that list of superstars, he is ultra popular and ultra athletic, as you see there.
And no matter how bad you feel for J.R. Ridge right now, you have to be excited for John Dodson. Been so close for so long, but this dominant performance, I mean, he can definitely be one of our best fighters, maybe the best fighter in all BKFC.
J.R. Ridge is outstanding, and he was steamrolled by John Dodson.
I mean, that's everybody we've seen so far. High-level fight. John Dodson's not had an easy fight yet. He has had 3 easy fights. I mean, he hasn't had an easy opponent. We talked about no soft landings, hard fights, but he's made them easy.
Not yet, guys.
Unbelievable job for this guy. I mean, sky's the limit. He's going to be a dominant champ for a while. I won't have to think, but this is bare-knuckle, so you never really know. All it takes is one shot.
We send it into the ring with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 49 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO and your new inaugural BKFC World Flyweight Champion, John the Magician Dodson!
All right, I'm here with the winner, the champion. We might have to change this nickname, man. From the Magician to the Buzzsaw to something, man. First round, taking him out. 3 fights, 3 wins. John Dodson, you are now a world champion. How's that feel?
Look, Mom! I did it!
Man, you looked really good in there. Obviously, they called a foul, they called a push down, but that did not deter you whatsoever. You got right back on him, put him away. I mean, what's next for you? Is it taking on all comers in the flyweight division?
Everybody knows they have to step up to the king to try to dethrone him. And I just proved it that I am the flyweight champion of the world. I'm the #1 motherfucker in this building. So sorry to everybody else that wants to step up to the plate. You can fall down and bow at my feet, left and right. Now what's next for me? Going to Japan, go kick somebody's, Japanese butt out there, and I'm gonna go destroy it. So let's go! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, your new BKFC Flyweight Champion of the World, John the Magician Dodson.
And Sean, what a dominant performance. He's looking like he's going to be a dominant champ. This guy has been picture perfect right now. Hasn't taken any hard shots. Great power, great accuracy. Man, this guy's fun to watch.
John Dodson, 3 fights in bare-knuckle fighting championship. UFC veteran Ryan Benoit, first-round finish for Dodson. Former BKFC interim 135-pound champion Jared Grant, first-round finish for John Dodson. J.R. Ridge in tonight's main event world title fight, first-round finish for John Dodson. In our main event of the evening, the winner by way of first-round KO, John Dodson defeats J.R. Ridge.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Friday night, March 29th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare-Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 59. In the main event, two undefeated warriors collide as John the Magician Dodson puts his world title on the line against Dagoberto Aguero. In the co-main event, the always ready Donald Sanchez fights the always dangerous Dallas Davison, plus many other explosive bare-knuckle fights. Don't miss a single moment of the action. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Dagoberto Aguero versus Chancey Wilson.
See, Aguero has a significant 3-inch reach advantage. The thing is, Chancey Williams is so fast he can get in and out. Wants to utilize that speed to get inside on the taller fighter.
Hello! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Orange County Convention Center. And we welcome you one and all to the most exciting combat sport on planet Earth today. This is BKFC 53! We are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears red and black. He stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 125.8 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 3 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Wichita, Kansas, here is Chancey Superfly Wilson. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and white. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, an even 125 pounds. He holds an impressive pro boxing record of 17 victories opposite 2 defeats. And tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of San Cristobal, the Dominican Republic, here is Dagoberto King Dago Aguero. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Chancey Wilson told us, I know that if Dagoberto Aguero stays outside, implements his long-range boxing, it will probably not be my fight. I'm going to rush in, land quickly, and make this a rugged BKFC bout. Round number 1. Blue trunks for Dagoberto Aguero. Black trunks for Chancey Wilson. Wilson immediately trying to get to the inside and land. Big hard counters, then the overhand right from Wilson. Aguero staying fluid on the outside. Immediately, Chris, we see the speed of these two 125-pounders.
The thing about this weight class, so fast, so explosive in there.
Level change from Wilson, cutting the distance, just misses with the overhand right.
Aguero's doing a good job of keeping that range, and when Wilson comes in, he circles out. Just like that.
Staying long, bouncing off of the ring ropes. Resetting now Dagoberto Aguero. Wilson again feinting on the level change. 5'2" to Aguero's 5'8". There's the left hand, double left hand from Aguero. That was slick. Wilson walking through it, takes that right hand, big on the counter. Aguero circling out after landing.
That was a great punch by Aguero, just caught his opponent coming in. And I like that redirection right there by Aguero. Just pushing his opponent's head out of the way and circling.
Wilson resetting from the southpaw stance, backpedaling from the ortho stance, Dagoberto Aguero. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. You see the shuffling of the feet from Wilson. Using that as the diversion to get in. Counter on the right hand from Aguero. Chris Aguero countering and then moving out at range.
He does a great job when his opponent just stands there. He comes forward very quickly, and then he just waits for his opponent to attack, and then he backs out.
There's lockdown pressure from Aguero.
He's really controlling that range very well.
Wilson trying to reset. Double jab from Chancey Wilson after the jab from Dagoberto Aguero. Getting late here in round number 1. We're in the flyweight division. See the speed, the skill set of these two fighters, the Dominican, Dagoberto Aguero, the American from Kansas, Chancey Wilson. Left hand from Aguero. Left hand on the jab from Wilson just before the bell. Round number 1.
a little bit of animosity still after that round, Sean.
Aguero following Wilson to his corner.
Man, I'm really impressed with Aguero, the way he adapted to bare-knuckle in that first round. He didn't look like he missed a beat. His timing and his distance was perfect, I felt like. He was waiting for his opponent to come in, he's countering, and Chelsea just stood there. He landed first, but those were fast shots. They were accurate. Man, these guys are both very, very quick, accurate fighters. I'm loving this fight so far. Here's the very end of this round. Watch both guys ready to go. Just a couple good punches right there for Aguero. That's that speed right there. Look at him. Staring his opponent down.
And I love that refereeing from Chris Young. Referees should be willing and should, in those types of situations, physically assert themselves.
That's what you have to do. You're the referee. Get in between those two guys. Look at Aguero, he's ready to go. Aguero is ready.
Aguero pointing to the scratch line. Both fighters now up to scratch, round number 2. Upping the jab off from scratch to start the second round, Chancey Wilson.
Aguero's throwing his jabs, but he's waiting to land that counter right hand.
Aguero so comfortable fighting backwards now, circling out Dagoberto Aguero. And there's the middle finger from Chancey Wilson. Aguero speaks no English, but I believe that's universal. The Spanish speaker Aguero certainly understood the middle finger gesture from Chancey Wilson.
And there's that great counter right hand by Aguero. He's waiting for the right time. As soon as Wilson tries to step forward, that hard shot's coming that right down the pipe.
And you saw that smart defensive boxing-like clinch from Aguero. He wanted out of that clinch. He got out of the clinch.
Just great footwork right now, keeping him out of trouble.
Wilson, more head movement, trying to get to the inside. 65 seconds remaining, round number 2. Aguero staying on his bite. There's the left hand from Dagoberto Aguero. Wilson trying to explode in. This is with the right hand. Wilson walking forward with the right hand. Countered there. Big counters again. Wilson now to the inside. On the clinch, again, the separation from Chris Young.
Aguero doesn't seem to have any interest in utilizing that clinch to throw any punches, just to wait for the referee to break him up.
Aguero staying long and doing that, landing at range, that naked right hand. Wilson resetting. Now Aguero coming forward. 20 seconds remaining, round number 2. See the huge contrast in styles.
Watch your fingers.
BKFC debut. Wilson, his 6th BKFC bout, 9-fight pro MMA veteran, now into the clinch. Half-time glove snatched by Chancey Wilson. Wilson trying to land the left hand. Right uppercut with the rear right hand from Aguero just before the bell. He moved to round 3.
That was some of the best clinch work we've seen from Aguero. Landed a little flurry to the body and then a couple little uppercuts in there. And it looks to me a little bit like Wilson is getting a little bit tired. He's chasing his opponent the entire time around the ring. That is tiring.
Let that cross go, Chance. Let it go. He's letting it sit there. You're doing good job. Let it go. Let that cross go.
He's running.
Big, hard, deep, hard inhale, hard exhale.
Thank you, Hut.
Let that cross go, Chance. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah.
And right here, we're going to see, right towards the end of the round, that clinch, a good couple of hard body shots right there, followed by good uppercut, another good uppercut right there.
Take us out.
Aguero is adapting well to the bare-knuckle style.
Chris Young spoke to Aguero right after round number 2 ended, I think, just telling him, listen to me, listen for the bell. Round number 3.
There's that exact same recipe right there for Aguero, just waiting for his opponent to come in, and then he's going to land that right hand.
Slight smear of blood on the forehead of Wilson. We saw that latter stages of round 2. Wilson off the jab, trying again to get to the inside with the left hand. Fluidity and movement for Dagoberto Aguero.
And Aguero's throwing that straight right. I'd like to see a few uppercuts with that right hand because Wilson's a smaller guy, shorter. Sometimes you're going to go over his head with that straight right.
And the bouncing step of Wilson trying to get to the inside. This position is what Aguero talked about holding in our fighter meeting. It's what Wilson said I cannot have because this will not be my fight. Chancey Wilson very clear-eyed in his assessment of how he wanted to fight and how indeed he felt he had to fight Dagoberto Aguero.
Aguero's going to have to close those hands a little bit on the outside. He's going to get a finger poke in here if he's not careful.
Wilson's talking to Aguero. 2 forehand cuts on the face of Chancey Wilson.
Exactly what he keeps doing, waiting for the right time, waiting for Wilson to come in, counter with that right hand.
Wilson's hurt. Mouthpiece.
Wilson's hurt.
Taking the mandatory aid from Chris Shaw. This fight is over. And welcome to BKFC Dagoberto Aguero.
Sean, that was a beautiful performance. Wilson has been very good for us, phenomenal in and out motion, speed, accuracy, but man, Aguero just controlled that from the beginning of that fight to the end. Kept his distance, waited for his opponent to come in, landed those counter shots. Beautiful fight.
Chancey Wilson is a high-level fighter. 3 victories in BKFC. Chris, with no hyperbole at all, I will tell you, I think that is one of the most impressive BKFC debuts we have ever seen. There from the Dominican.
Sean, like I talked about earlier, it was that ability to adapt and understand the range that was so good to me. A lot of times people have problems with no gloves. They don't understand that. So Aguero really adapted quickly, controlled exactly when and where he wanted to fight. If his opponent sat still, he came in, but just watch this. Watch his counter. Look at that beautiful counter right hand. Wilson came in. Aguero just waiting. He's throwing that jab, opponent waiting for Wilson to come in so he can counter. That's what happened. It was just a matter of time to land that hard shot. There it was.
He's 17-2 with 10 KOs in his pro boxing career. He's now 1-0 with 1 KO in his BKFC debut, Dagoberto Aguero.
And Sean, we're not going to find a lot of people who are going to step up and be ready for that fight. I don't think a lot of people go, ugh, my shoulder hurts. I don't know if I can take that fight.
Our strike stats are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you can see here, look, I mean, Wilson was extremely active, but man, Aguero was extremely accurate. And just most of these punches being thrown to the head, but once again, just Aguero, especially with those counters, beautiful performance.
Genuine disappointment from Chancey Wilson, as you see. There was some animosity. It really started to boil over in this fight. Not as much pre-fight, but now you see the class from the victor, Dagoberto Aguero. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Chris Young, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 24 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Dagoberto Aguero.
And Sean, I know it might sound foolish to say this after just one fight, but I mean, we have a new contender at the 125-pound division.
John Dodson, the BKFC men's 125-pound world champion, no doubt watching this bout with interest at home tonight with his family in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Dagoberto Aguero said, I've trained for my BKFC debut exactly as I do for boxing, and I will perform just like I do in boxing. Counter, slick movement from the outside, and very accurate. Check, check, and check. Against a very game and talented Chancey Wilson, the winner by way of third-round TKO, Dagoberto Aguero defeats Chancey Wilson.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Friday night, March 29th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare-Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 59. In the main event, two undefeated warriors collide as John the Magician Dodson puts his world title on the line against Dagoberto Aguero. In the co-main event, the always ready Donald Sanchez fights the always dangerous Dallas Davison, plus many other explosive bare-knuckle fights. Don't miss a single moment of the action. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Dallas Davison versus Eric Lopez. You see the numbers there presented by Crescent Tools.
The thing here, the reach is exactly the same. Davis does have a height advantage, but I think the main difference is this weight advantage. You can see about a 9-pound, almost 9-pound weight advantage for Dallas Davis. So he's going to want to utilize that size and push the smaller, lighter Eric Lopez around, wear him down that way, and look to win this fight in the later rounds.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Four Seasons Arena here in Great Falls, Montana. And welcome to the most exciting combat sport on planet Earth, brought to you by BKFC 24. We are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division, presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing you first, fighting out the red corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 175.8 pounds. He is undefeated as a bare-knuckle fighter at 3-0 and makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Dillon, Montana, here is the undefeated Eric Lights Out Lopez. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black trimmed in green. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, an even 174 pounds. He stands uncontested as a bare-knuckle fighter at 2-0. Fighting out of Great Falls, Montana, here is the undefeated Dallas Davison. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Montana has an inactive athletic commission, so the Kansas Athletic Commission is regulating tonight's event. They've assigned the 3 judges who are scoring on the 10-point must system. This and all bouts this evening are scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. Black trunks for Dallas Davison. Black and gold trunks for Eric Lopez. Forward pressure immediately from Dallas Davison. Big swing with the left hand. Huge uppercut. Lopez now throwing back to the body and backs off Davison. Davison with the long jab.
Dallas Davison has come out with a wild punch, not wild I should say, but his powerful shots really wanting to hurt his opponent.
Lead left hook from Davison, just off the mark. Heavy forward pressure now off the one from Dallas Davison in the orthodox stance. Lopez missing with that rear right uppercut. Back to the jab for Eric Lopez.
You know, Sean, I know it said they had the same reach, but it doesn't look like it right now. Dallas Davison seems like he has a much bigger reach advantage.
Davison, modified lead left hook. Still the walk down pressure. It was the naked 2 thrown from Lopez. Short clubbing right hand lands from Davison. Davison circling out. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1 of this middleweight bout. Leaping in with the left hook. Into the clinch.
Lopez had a good opportunity there to throw some body shots. He looked like he didn't know you were allowed to do that. He just turned his opponent and pushed him away.
Soft warning from referee Dan Mergliata. Big right hand and down goes Lopez. Popping up and taking the mandatory 8 count from Mergliata.
You can tell by the way Lopez is bouncing. It doesn't look like it hurt him much, but it definitely knocked him down. Let's see if Davison tries to go for the finish right now.
Lead left hook, leaping so Dallas Davison. Davidson, short left hand. Just before Lopez was dropped, he was given a soft warning by Mergliata, excessive holding in the clinch. Again, it has to be an active clinch, and then you can throw if you're new to bare-knuckle fighting. Final seconds, round number 1. Stiff left jab from Dallas Davison. Lopez can't get off with that rear right uppercut. There is the bell, the end of the opening round.
And that round was very one-sided, Roger. You could tell Lopez needs to change this up a little bit. He continues to just back away. He can't do that if he wants to win this fight. You have to be offensive. Both punches caught him there. That straight right followed by the hook. It was that 2-3 combination. The right stunned him and made the left hook get through there. So when the left hook got through, just landed perfect, knocked him off balance.
With the Kansas Athletic Commission in charge, they bring with them the outstanding real-time scoring. So if you're new to that, that means that not only on the broadcast, where we know the actual 3 judges round-by-round scores, more importantly, and this is what it was designed for primarily, the fighters in their corners are given the scores between every round, so they know that Davison, to the surprise of none, that first round knockdown is up 10-8 going into round 2.
I mean, and look at Dallas right now just playing up at the crowd.
Round number 2. Davison missing with the overhand right. Short right hand by Lopez. Lopez trying to work off the jab. There's that left hook from Dallas Davison.
And Lopez is backing up the entire time. He has got to do something to earn the respect of Dallas Davison.
Davison with the rear right uppercut. Lopez trying to throw back in a flurry. It's now from Davison. Huge overhand right. Another right hand and another. And down goes Eric Lopez for the second time in this fight. 4 right hands in sequence. 6.
Lopez is being overmatched right now. Doesn't have the firepower to come back right now. He needs to throw some hard punches and earn the respect of Dallas Davison. He's going to be in for a long night, or maybe a short one.
See the open hand parries from Eric Lopez. Playing a lot of defense right now as Davison playing almost all offense. Naked right hand, knockdown number 3.
You can see right now the look in Eric Lopez's face. I'm not sure if he wants anymore. He says no, he's done.
Eric Lopez shaking his head, noted Dan Mergliata, and just like that, Dallas Davison now 2-0 and bare-knuckle fighting championship.
And what an offensive display we saw right there, Sean. He continued to come forward the entire time. Complete disregard for his opponent's ability to hurt him, and he was right. He just continued to come forward and push the pace and threw hard punches. If you continue to do that, you're going to win a lot of fights. And it was just that last punch. You could just tell at that point, Lopez was kind of already mentally done.
In our fighter meeting, Chris, Dallas Davison said to us, one of my keys to victory is I can't move straight backwards. He hardly took a backward step in that entire fight.
I don't know if he took one. I think he was coming forward and pressing the pace the entire time.
Credit to Eric Lopez in his BKFC debut. He was game. He came forward. He was in form in bare knuckle again, 3-0 with 1 no contest, but simply could not get his offense going. Dallas Davison was sharp. The knockdown in round number 1 and 2 knockdowns to the finish in round number 2. Lopez was very honest in his assessment of this fight. He said, I respect Dallas Davison. He's tough. I don't think that I can knock him out. I think I can outbox him over 5 rounds. Again, he just simply could not get his hands going. We send it to Jeff Houston.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute and 8 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Dallas Davison.
Dallas moves to 3-0 on a fantastic performance. The confidence is just getting more and more. He knows he can hurt people. He knows what he can do, and the more experienced this guy, the better he gets. I like seeing this guy fight every time. Great energy.
Emphatic entrance and an emphatic performance in the bare knuckle ring for Dallas Davison. overwhelming Eric Lopez with precision as well as power. The winner by way of second-round knockout, Dallas Davison defeats Eric Lopez.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Friday night, March 29th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare-Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 59. In the main event, two undefeated warriors collide as John the Magician Dodson puts his world title on the line against Dagoberto Aguero. In the co-main event, the always ready Donald Sanchez fights the always dangerous Dallas Davison, plus many other explosive bare-knuckle fights. Don't miss a single moment of the action. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Donald Sanchez versus Noah Cutter.
And Sean, you can see here only a 1-inch height advantage and the 2-inch reach advantage. Very similar on all aspects for these two guys. It's who can get out there, implement the game plan, who's going to have the advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Sanctioned by the New Mexico Athletic Commission. Chairman Joe Chavez. Executive Director Richard Espinosa. Commissioners in attendance Ed Manzanares, Larry Lewick, Jerome O'Connell. The three judges scoring our main event: Stan Saverda, Mark Sanchez, Anthony Romero. And the third man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Andrew Glenn. And now, with our bare-knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app and Fubo TV from the sold-out Rebel Entertainment Center deep in the heart of the 505. Fight fans of Albuquerque, it's time to knuckle up. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 175.2 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle, ready for bare knuckle fight number 10. Fighting out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Here is Noah Cutter. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and white. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 175.6 pounds. He holds a BKFC record of 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here is Donald Sanchez.
Referee Andy Glenn calling both main event fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. Black and white trunks for Donald Sanchez. Black and red trunks for Noah Cutter. Cutter immediately circling to the outside. Sanchez trying to mirror the hips, looking for the entry from the mid-range. There's a big left hand from Donald Sanchez.
You can see, look at Sanchez mirroring those hips, waiting for the right time. Looking to explode in after a punch from his opponent.
Sanchez feinting on the level change. Here is the level change. Cutter pulling back the right hand mid-flight. Cutter off the jab. And down goes Noah Cutter, landed face first.
That was a bad fall. Noah's got to be careful. Yeah.
This fight is over, and the lightning strike win for Donald Sanchez.
And it was just the way that Cutter felt, the way he tried to stand up. Sometimes you might want to say, hey, you need to stay on the ground for a little bit more. Get your legs underneath you, but you want to jump up as a fighter. I understand that, but that's what cost him the fight right there, I believe. The ref is not going to let it go. When you're wobbling like that, when you're falling around, they cannot let it go, Sean.
Excellent work from the excellent referee, Andy Glenn. It was the reaction of Cutter as he tried to stand back up, and excellent work from the victor, Donald Sanchez.
Just beautifully placed. Left hook right there. It was that right hand that stunned Cutter. It was that way he's walking right there. Equilibrium off. Like I said, you might want to stay down for another second. Good two-punch combination. That right hand moved Noah Cutter's head and then finished it off with that left hook. But Noah jumped up right away. Like I said, that's where you want to take a second, gain your wits about it, and then step up. But I understand you want to jump up right away as a fighter, but not the best thing to do sometimes.
Cutter's forehead actually bounced off of the canvas. Two thudding strikes from Donald Sanchez. Huge disappointment for Noah Cutter, and a massive victory in his 88th professional combat sports bout and third in BKFC for Donald Sanchez.
And you could just see the high ring IQ right there. He waited for the right time, exploded in, landed hard shots. He's just getting better and better at bare knuckle.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andy Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 35 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by TKO, Donald Sanchez!
All right, standing by with your own Albuquerque, Donald Sanchez. Congratulations, man. I know you're soaking all that in. They love you here, bro. 88 professional fights. That is a career. And then you stick him like that, you get that finish. How you feeling right now?
I feel amazing, man. I ain't no spring chicken, but I love to just motivate people, come out and help everybody out. That's what we do. Love it.
Is that what it's about now for you? Is it about still going for championships, or is it about getting in here, motivating people, and still just feeling that adrenaline rush of stepping inside the ring?
Man, I was born to do this shit, so I just love it. But you put your mind to it, you could do it. Go in there, work your ass off, that's all. I love it, but I do want big fights. I want a belt. BKFC, this is my last run. Let's go. Let's get these big fights. I'm ready.
I'm gonna ask you one more. Every time we come to Albuquerque, they show out in a big way. Talk about an Albuquerque crowd compared to any other crowd in the world.
Albuquerque, you guys are the best. We're the fight capital of the world. Let's go, Albuquerque!
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Donald Sanchez.
Best fight for Donald Sanchez there. He just shows with all that experience, he's turned that over into bare knuckle, and he's getting better and better each time.
Donald Sanchez, two ferocious punches, dropping Noah Cutter, who went face first, smacking his forehead on the canvas, up, staggering. That's the end of the fight. The winner, with emphasis, in our main event of the evening. By way of first-round knockout, Donald Sanchez defeats Noah Cutter.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Friday night, March 29th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare-Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 59. In the main event, two undefeated warriors collide as John the Magician Dodson puts his world title on the line against Dagoberto Aguero. In the co-main event, the always ready Donald Sanchez fights the always dangerous Dallas Davison, plus many other explosive bare-knuckle fights. Don't miss a single moment of the action. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
March 29th, the BKFC makes its long-awaited return to Albuquerque, New Mexico for a historic night of BKFC. The flyweight champion, John Dodson, looks to make his first successful title defense and add another violent finish to his resume.
Hey, all you flyweights, know who's a champion?
Against his toughest challenge to date in the undefeated Dagoberto Aguero. Going 3-0 in the organization, Dodson has yet to make it to the judges' scorecards and plans to add to his finishing streak in devastating fashion on March 29th. Former professional boxer Aguero looks to shock the world and prove he's the true flyweight king at BKFC 59. A combat sports legend seeks to add to his reign, while an undefeated contender looks to shake up the world. It all goes down March 29th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is BKFC 59 Spotlight. Dodson versus Aguero. Combat sports legend John Dodson gears up for another grueling fight camp in longtime stomping grounds, Albuquerque, New Mexico, finally fulfilling his dream of becoming a world champion at BKFC 48. The Magician has no intentions of relinquishing his throne.
Becoming the inaugural flyweight champion of the BKFC was the most amazing feeling because I got to do it at home. I became a homegrown champion of BKFC.
Round number one. Trucks for John Dodson, black trucks for J.R. Ridge. Now the explosion hit from John Dodson. Jab of J.R. Ridge. Dodson now to the inside right hand.
Demolishing J.R. Ridge in the first round did not shock me. Not at all because of the fact that I got to knock him out twice in one fight.
Ridge trying to circle out, trying to throw back, takes the left hand, right hand. Another big shot on the left hand, and that is a clean knockdown.
Being the BKFC champion means the world to me because of the fact that I secure the title, I'm going to hold on to it and cement my legacy as being the greatest flyweight of the world.
Dagoberto Aguero may be new on the BKFC scene, but is no stranger to combat sports. Holding a 15-2 professional boxing record, he made the jump to the BKFC November of last year, putting the division on notice by dismantling number 4 ranked BKFC Flyweight, Chancey Wilson.
Bueno, yo entré en esa pelea, Wilson Chancey es un buen peleador, no le voy a quitar ese mérito a él, pero pienso que no fue el peleador digno de pelear conmigo, así que terminó fácil la pelea en el tercer asalto.
Exactly what he keeps doing. Wait for the right time, wait for Wilson to come in, count on that right hand.
Yo espero ser muchas cosas grandes a los nudillos desnudos. Yo quiero ser el mejor de ahí dentro y quiero pelear con los mejores dentro de los nudillos desnudos. Aprendí el golpeo en ese juego porque cuando me hicieron la entrevista anteriormente yo dije que quería aprender de ese juego y saber qué se siente en el golpeo. Yo estoy listo para esta pelea y voy a ganar el campeonato sí o sí. Nadie me va a quitar ese puesto, nadie me va a decir que no. Solamente Papito Dios sabrá. Pero ese campeonato es mío y se lo voy a demostrar a todo el público y a todos los fanáticos que me siguen y a los mismos fanáticos de Don Johnson.
Dagoberto bit off more than he can chew. Taking a fight against me is going to be a quick night for him because of the fact that I'm going to knock him out, hit him as quickly as possible, and make him swim into deep waters and know that he's drowning with sharks. Dagoberto's style is very 1-2 boxer. He has more of that boxing mentality. He's going to be able to find his reins, pick his pace, and box. This is a real fight. We coming up to knuckle up, make sure we going out there throwing these things and making sure it's going to be the dirtiest things they've ever seen. I mean, he can box really well, but how well can he dirty box against a monster like me?
To the inside left hand, and down goes Derek Grant.
That's that speed and power right there.
Speed kills. I'm gonna be the fastest thing that he's ever seen, the hardest thing that's ever hit him, and not only that, be the most accurate shot of a sniper.
Don Johnson para mí es un peleador común y corriente. Don Johnson no es un peleador que me intimida. Yo estoy listo, estoy ready para lo que viene ahora, este 29 de marzo. No creo que John Dodson sería la excepción para mí. John Dodson es un peleador que yo me lo puedo ganar fácil. No tengo más nada que añadirle.
On March 29th in the Duke City, Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the Tingley Coliseum, BKFC Flyweight King John Dodson looks to successfully defend his title, while Dagoberto Aguero looks to prove Flyweight has a new king.
Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Fucked Up Energy Drink. Welcome to the 505, Albuquerque, New Mexico, a big fight city with big personality. The site of Knucklemania 3 and 23, now an incredible stop on the road to Knucklemania 4. And the preview begins now as we have 3 big fights in store for you, not to mention one of them is a heavyweight showdown between Michael Ferrier and Manuel Otero. In our co-main event tonight, it took Albuquerque's Donald Sanchez just 35 seconds to finish opponent last time out. But his opponent, Dallas Davison, is coming down from Big Sky Country with one thing on his mind, leaving New Mexico with a career-defining W. Flyweight champion John Dodson has been flawless since entering BKFC, 3 up, 3 down, impervious to all of his opponents. Challenger Dagoberto Aguero, with his tremendous boxing credentials and decisive win in his debut, is ready to shock the bare-knuckle world and leave champion. And welcome to Tingley Coliseum. Once again, here we are, BKFC, with a big stop on the road to Knucklemania 4. This is BKFC 59, Dodson versus Aguera. I am Cyrus Fees, and we have a great night tonight. We have great new talent that you're going to see tonight, as well as a world title fight in our main event. A lot to be excited about, and we are on the heels of an incredible event in Sofia, Bulgaria just 1 week ago. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Sofia. Kicking it off with Emil Enchev with a big KO over Zempelos. This is very quick. Round number 1, Bulgaria getting it done. Emil Enchev kicking things off on BKFC 58. Then it was Chechnya's own, based out of Austria, Ruslan Taktarov, getting the decision over Dimitrov here and just landing all of his shots. Big 5-round fight, Taktarov getting it done. How about Germany versus Germany? Nicole Schaefer gets Daniela Graf. Look at this nasty finish. Big TKO over her fellow countrywoman, Nicole Schaefer, getting it done. Bulgaria, Ilian Adrianov against Toman Vostela, and look at that finish. Big time knockout. Minute 36 in round 1. That's how you make a name for yourself. They call him Standy Tabakov, straight out of Bulgaria, and look at this knockout. Right on the money. One of the best cards we've had in a very, very long time. Standy Tabakov getting it done. And this guy, I was excited about this. Vaso Bakovic, such a special fighter in his MMA career, and he has transitioned beautifully to bare-knuckle fighting. Big decision win in the co-main. And then Tony Markalev. How about this main event that could be a fight of the year candidate? Markalev gets the win over Kolev. As you can see, they left it all in the ring, a bloodbath. Markalev taking home the win. BKFC 58 there in Bulgaria, another great event in Sofia. Of course, you saw that on our app. You saw that on Fubo TV. Well, listen, next week, April 6th, 3 title fights. BKFC 60, Milton Keynes, what a night it's going to be. Louis Tenaglia, Christian Round, and so much more. Certainly something you don't want to miss. A lot of great international work here. Now let's bring it down. Ringside for the first time tonight, Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle coming back to the Bulgaria card just last week, guys. What a difference one event makes. They really put up some great performances.
Cyrus, that's our second time in Sofia, Bulgaria, and that is truly one of the best events in bare-knuckle fighting championship history. Chris, in those 12 bouts, we saw fighters from 13 different nations, ranging from Bulgaria to Egypt to Azerbaijan.
Sean, it just shows the growth and the expansion of our sport right there. Everybody's loving it. Those guys put on an amazing show because they showed a lot of skill, but more importantly, a lot of will. I had 3 different fights where people got knocked down, got up off the canvas to win. That means they really won it, and they won it in that region, and they're showing it because they're putting on great fights.
Circle back to that main event tonight here at BKFC 59. I'm going to go to you on this one, Chris, because I think a lot of folks are kind of writing off Aguero here just because you look at the experience that Dodson has, 3-0 inside the squared circle. You know what his MMA background is, but Aguero is an incredible boxer. For the people that are counting him out, how can the Dominican boxer get a championship tonight?
they must have not watched the same Aguero that I saw, because what I saw was very impressive. The way he controlled the range, the distance, he backed out just enough, got into his range, landed hard counter punches against a guy like Dodson. Dodson's going to come forward and put on pressure, lunge in. If he can avoid, circle, and land that counter right hand, it could be a tough night for Dodson.
No doubt, and if you want to make a little bit of money tonight, there's some good odds there on your side for Aguera. If you want to put that money down, make it happen. Scan the QR code or go to bet.bkfc.com and use your choice of sportsbook to wager your money on tonight's fights. BKFC 59. Hit the QR code, bet.bkfc.com. Let's take a look at the rules of bare-knuckle fighting championship. All fights scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Fights are scored by 3 judges on a 10-point must system. Hand wraps must be at least 1 inch below the bare knuckles. Punching in the clinch is allowed and encouraged. No 3 knockdown rule. No being saved by the bell in any round. No kicks, knees, elbows, takedowns, or submissions. And now let's go to your first Tell the Tape, brought to you by Bucked Up.
We open tonight in the flyweight division. Austin Lewis versus Joshua Richie.
And Sean, you can see here, Austin Lewis does have a 2-inch height disadvantage. However, 2-inch reach advantage, which I feel is more important. He's going to want to utilize that, make Richie pay every time he tries to get close.
This is fight number 4 in BKFC for the Kansan Joshua Richie. He's also had 6 MMA bouts, 2 in amateur boxing, 2 in amateur kickboxing. Richie told us in our fighter meeting, I want to be extremely active with my jab. I want to throw in a very high volume.
He really wants to focus on a lot of head movement, body shots. That's the main thing you talk about, that left hand of the body. He's watched, he understands when you hit somebody in the body here, it does so much damage. He's going to really focus on that tonight.
Richie also told us on the inside, I'm going to keep throwing with both hands. I feel that I can break down the body of my opponent, Austin Lewis, and I feel that I have a cardio advantage over Austin Lewis.
Well, he also feels like he can start faster. He wants to start really fast, come after his opponent, put on smart pressure, and be patient all at the same time.
Fighting here in his home state, New Mexico, Austin Lewis, set for bout number 2 in BKFC. Lewis has had 1 pro boxing bout, 11 in MMA, 9 in amateur boxing, 4 in amateur Muay Thai. Lewis told us in our fighter meeting, I want to use a very tight guard, I want to implement constant lateral movement, and I want to throw combinations to create openings.
A lot of what you said there, Sean, he said, one thing he learned in his last fight, he has to have better defense, and by doing so, he cannot back up. You have to get off first, you have to make sure you're putting the pressure on your opponent.
Lewis, we'll give him quote of the week for our BKFC fighters on this card. He said, I don't just want to be a dog in this fight, I want to be a technical dog in this fight.
I love it. He said the thing he's got to worry about from his opponent, wild punches. So he's got to see those wild punches coming, get out of the way, counter immediately. That's one of his keys. He's got to counter his opponent's mistakes.
Lewis said of my opponent, Joshua Richie, he definitely throws fast 1-2s, but then he doesn't reset his hands. I have to come forward when he throws. I cannot be forced backwards by Joshua Richie.
No single punches, combos the entire time. Stay in your opponent's face. That's what he feels like gives you the victory.
To get our evening started from here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you one and all to the Tingley Coliseum here in the heart of the 505 Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we welcome you to BKFC 59. BKFC for review begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Introducing to you first. Fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears blue and gold trimmed in white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 124.8 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle ready for bare knuckle fight number 4.
fighting out of Wichita, Kansas, here is Joshua the Kid Richie. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears teal and black. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 124.8 pounds. Tonight he steps into the squared circle, ready for bare knuckle fight number 2. Fighting out of Moriarty, New Mexico, here is Austin, the Animal Lewis. And our referee in charge of the action, Sid Ware.
Joshua Richie said, I want a fast start to the inside, but not a reckless start.
Are you ready?
Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. Teal and black trunks for Austin Lewis. Blue, white, and gold trunks for Joshua Richie. Richie on the outside on the jab, counter right hand from Austin Lewis.
Really impressed with how relaxed Lewis looks right now. Just really in control at this point.
Long jab from Lewis, feint on the jab. Jab to the body from Austin Lewis, that was clever. Little jab from Richie. Lewis, rear right hand to the body. All stands for Joshua Richie. Lewis circling out. The fighters in the center circle. 1-1-2 not there, but it did back Richie off his striking line. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1. Naked right hand not there for Richie. Double jab. More active with the lead hand from the orthodox stance for Joshua Richie. On the duck under, into the clinch. Higher, tighter striking guard now for Richie. Slightly coming forward. Slight abrasion under Lewis's right eye. Lewis circling out. 50 seconds remaining. Round number 1. We're in the flyweight division. To the clinch. Both fighters now to the body. Hard to the body with the right hand on the turn.
Don't put.
There's the break from referee Sid Ware.
Knuckle up.
35 seconds remaining, round 1. Very even round to this point. Going to explode in with the lead left uppercut, Austin Lewis. He's definitely showing some creativity with his striking here in round 1.
Sean, for these guys, both guys seem very long to his weight class. A lot of reach, and they're utilizing it very well.
For 125, these are tall fighters. 5'6" for Lewis, 5'7" for Richie.
I feel like it's just not even the height, but the wingspan. These guys have good reach.
Right hand just off the mark from Lewis. That ends round number 1.
Small cut over the right eye there of Lewis.
Sit down.
Deep breath.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Doesn't look like it's causing him much problems at this point, but let's see if
you look good,
Richie
man.
starts to
you look good.
Target
but
that.
listen, I need good hand placement.
Keep it moving. And like I said, when it comes in, make it pay. Remember, that right hand is always there. When he's got you in tight like that, you gotta go to the body, you gotta go to the body hard. When you create space, come right up the middle with it. It's gonna be there. You have fun?
Yeah.
Have fun, baby. Have fun, baby.
Job.
The New Mexico Athletic Commission is using real-time scoring this evening, which means that the fighters in their corners and all of us will be informed of the 3 judges' official scores after every round.
And you can see there Lewis on all 3 judges. One that I think it was that big right hand that he landed that probably did the most damage, and that's probably why he won that round.
Chris, you and I are the 2 biggest advocates of real-time open scoring in the world. We're happy New Mexico is using it. Round number 2.
Sean, it makes such a difference. As a fighter, you want to know the score. You need to know the score. If you think you're winning and you're not, you better know it and go out there and change it.
Switch of stances. Lewis momentarily in southpaw, back to orthodox. Circling out from orthodox now, Austin Lewis. Back to the center circle. He's looking for the 1-2. Explosion on the combo to the head from Lewis.
I like the combinations being thrown right there.
Richie resetting, avoided that right hook of Austin Lewis on the turn. 125 remaining, round 2.
Richie was adamant he wanted to work the body. His corner just reminded him of that in between rounds, and I still haven't seen much body work at this time.
Double jab from Lewis. Both fighters continue to throw the jab. There's the 2 from Lewis. Good head movement now from Joshua Richie. Richie to the inside. This has largely been an outside fight. Now to the clinch. To the body with the right hand goes Austin Lewis. To the body with the right hand goes Joshua Richie. Back active clinch. Good refereeing from Sid Ware. We'll see his patience on the active clinch. Overhook now from Richie. Driving pressure against the ring ropes from Lewis. There's the break from Ware. Good bit of refereeing. Fighters were throwing in that active clinch.
Richie's having a tough time to get into his pocket area where he wants to be. Lewis doing a good job of landing from the outside and tying up on the inside.
The fighters looking for the jab. Richie feinting the rear right hand.
Beautiful body shot right there by Lewis.
Late here in round number 2. Now 15 seconds remaining in the second round. Lewis again was looking for that lead left uppercut. That's a clever punch. Double jab walking forward comes Joshua Richie. Lewis circling out, resetting. Getting through from Lewis.
Time!
Next stop, round 3.
Another good round I felt for Lewis right there. I think he's doing an excellent job of controlling when and where the fight happens. He's deciding, Richie comes forward, he backs away, then he throws the punches when he wants. It's up to Richie to counter at this point. But he's got to start pushing the pace a little bit more, cutting off the ring, exploding in and landing combinations. Even with the body, like he talked about, he's really not throwing anything in the body, but a lot of that has been because the way Lewis is ducking the head, moving, rolling out.
Stick that double jab and fucking hit the right hand, okay? He can't hit you. All right, but he was a little bit busier than us in that round, so we got to pick up the volume a little bit this round, okay?
Just keep drawing him out, man.
Yep.
Just draw him out, find the counters as well.
Exactly.
He's hitting there, left and right.
Yep.
Left and right.
Throw that cross, dip out. Throw that cross, dip out, okay? And then dig to the fucking body, all right? Dig to the fucking body, all right?
Throw the line.
Seconds out called. The fighters up to scratch.
Knuckle up!
Knuckle up from referee Sid Ware, round number 3. Really trying to be busy with his jab. Now coming forward off the one is Joshua Richie.
Lewis doing a great job of that lateral movement. After he ducks out of the way, he moves left or right. Right now that was to the right, but just got out of the way and reset.
Good flowing movement from Austin Lewis in this round to start round 3 and throughout this fight. Now we'll see the clinch. The fighters throwing to the body. Turn from Richie. Strong turn right back from Lewis.
Knuckle up!
Slight abrasion now under Lewis's left eye. Richie has thrown a lot of jabs, Chris, but he hasn't landed with a lot of jabs.
And that's a problem. He's throwing it out there. You saw what Lewis did. He countered with a body punch, and that's because that jab was out there and that hand was up. You got to throw that jab, but you have to make it meaningful. You don't just throw it out there to throw it.
Good lateral movement from Austin Lewis. He told us as such, constant lateral movement, do not move backwards. That's largely what he's doing to this point.
And he talked about defense. He had to really put a better premium on defense, and he's done that. He's been hard to hit.
50 seconds remaining, round 3. Ducked under off of the Richie right hand. And into the clinch.
Stop!
Having pressure down from Joshua Richie. There's the separation from Ware. Little movement again from Lewis. Richie trying to mirror the hips, trying to come forward off that lead left hook into the clinch. On the duck under. Overhook now snatched by Joshua Richie. Right to the body in the separation from Sid Ware. 25 seconds remaining, round 3.
Guaranteed way to get a break by the referee. You grab that head, you know exactly what that's going to do.
Lateral movement again. Standing fluid movement from this point in the fight from Austin Lewis. He has proved a very elusive target. Through the 10-second class, acknowledged as such by referee Sid Ware.
You can see a little frustration right now in Richie. He just threw that right hand right over the head of Lewis.
We are through 3 rounds.
Throwing hooks like that, it's difficult sometimes. You got a guy with great movement right now and great head movement in Lewis is showing. You have to turn those under the uppercuts or body shots. You can always move or duck out of the way, but your body's not going to move.
That long uppercut's there, man. He's coming way down. Hit him with that long uppercut. I need you to set up that right hand too. That right hand is there all night long. You can set it up. Your jab is setting it up on him. Now it's time to get in there and close with it. All right. Whether you want straight or over, it's up to you. But come in there with it because he's not going to be expecting it. Body up.
You hurt him. You're down 2 rounds. You might have took that.
Did I win that last one?
Yes, you did get that one. I just saw it. Yeah, you got that one.
Okay. Hey, you got fucking 2 more rounds.
All right, I got to put in the work. Let's go. Yeah, this is fun time right
here.
here.
You having fun, Josh?
Let's go.
You having fun, Josh? Yeah.
Lewis won 2 of those judges. 29 to 28.
Yep.
Let's go, fellas.
Stay tight, though. Stay clean.
One of the judges. 3 rounds to none on 2 of the judges.
Knuckle up!
No guessing, Chris, in the Joshua Richie corner. They know that they have to turn up the pressure. Down 3-0, 3-0, 2-1, the official New Mexico judges' scorecards. Round number 4 underway. Right hand just off the mark from Austin Lewis. Left hand, that landed.
I said it's that reach, it's that length. That head movement of Lewis, it's winning him this fight so far.
Just saw 4 jabs to the right to the body from Richie. Richie continually active with the jab again. He's throwing it. Lewis is just so elusive, avoiding that jab. There's the step in right hand from Lewis in return. 120 remaining, round 4. We are in the flyweight division. Right hand again off the mark. Turn Joshua Richie, who now resets. Richie staying active with that lead hand from the orthodox stance. Just like that on cue, snap jab from Lewis. Goes to the body. 5 seconds remaining, round 4. Duck under. Well timed from Lewis, and again, we talked about him being so elusive in this fight, Chris.
Good job with that head movement. Look at this, came back with the left hand right on the mark.
Stiff jab. Right hand on the step in, well timed from Lewis. Richie acknowledges such. I believe he said, "You got me there."
Richie keeps throwing that jab, but he's got to start throwing some uppercuts, some body shots in there.
And not getting through that time from Austin Lewis. Now 20 seconds remaining, round 4. In terms of punches thrown, this is all Joshua Richie. In terms of effective punches landed, right now this is all Austin Lewis.
Because look at how many jabs Richie's throwing. They're not even close to landing.
See the abrasion under the right eye of Lewis as he comes into the clinch. Half-time plumb snatch by Richie just before the bell. We send it to the 5th final round.
We already knew from before that last round, Richie's going to have to do something big to change this fight. He didn't do it in that round, so this is all of this last round.
Time off the all right? You got to get in there. You got to get in there with pressure. I need you to get that right hand busy now. I haven't seen any of that right hand at all. Any of it.
The punch right there was landed by Joshua right there, but saw some good head movement.
No. Gotta finish it.
2 of the judges giving this to Lewis, 1 giving it to Richie. That's still going to make this an insurmountable lead right now, as you can see. 2 points right there. Richie's going to have to get a knockdown if he wants to at least tie this
catch
fight.
him with that jab.
Multiple knockdowns or a knockout,
You know how to use your combos. Stop backing straight up. Use your angles.
Could tie it up if there is a knockdown.
Knuckle up! Oh, knuckle up from Sid Ware. 5th and final round, Austin Lewis versus Joshua Richie. BKFC 59 opener from Albuquerque, New Mexico. The elusiveness continues from Austin Lewis on the duck under. Under again off of the Richie right hand.
Lewis doing a great job. Like I said, he's being elusive and invasive, but if they get too close, he doesn't want to be, he ties up.
Knuckle up! We'll see if Richie senses the urgency.
Well, there is no guessing. He knows he's down. He knows he has to get at least 1 knockdown to tie it.
He's down right now. 3 rounds to 1, 3 rounds to 1, 4 rounds to 0. To the clinch.
And I'm really liking the body work from Lewis. He gets down, he crosses down, he comes right back with a body punch. A hard one at that.
Saw the shoulder bump, still into the clinch. Now the separation. Richie just looked to his corner, which features BKFC fighter Justin Martinez. Off the jab, in, back out for Joshua Richie.
I'd like to see Richie start throwing that uppercut, that double jab and that right uppercut, and see what that can do. Because those right hands are going right over Lewis's head every time.
Lewis on the 1-1-2, not there. Richie now circling out. And you see Richie active on the jab, but just not landing the jab. That really has been the theme of this fight. Over the head, driving pressure on the level change from Lewis. That gets the separation from Sid Ware.
Richie is smothering himself as you keep pushing in with that jab. Not throwing the uppercut. That would create a little bit of space right there. He could land that uppercut. Body, chin, it doesn't matter. You got to throw hard punches.
Short lefts on the inside. See the abrasion under the left eye of Austin Lewis. Left uppercut, right uppercut lands from Richie. Final seconds of this fight. The bell, 5 rounds up, 5 rounds down. Nice display of sportsmanship and respect between these two fighters.
Well, those guys put on a very good display right there. Lewis, I was highly impressed with his level increase, his level jump from the first fight to the second. He really talked about understanding defense, range, and he showed it right there. People say that a lot, Sean. Doesn't mean anything until you show it, and Lewis showed it in that fight.
Go back to what Austin Lewis told us in our fighter meeting. Constant lateral movement, use a tight guard, combos to create openings, fast 1-2s. And don't move backwards.
He didn't move backwards very much at all. He did lateral movement perfectly. He avoided the punches, he ducked ahead, went up the side, got back in the center. Beautiful fight.
Joshua Richie was very effective throwing his jab. It was moving Austin Lewis. He just could never follow through with the jab. The jab was there continually being thrown, targeted to the face of Austin Lewis, Chris. He just could not consistently land that jab and couldn't follow through with the right hand.
Well, like hopefully Jackson can go back and watch this fight and really break it down and say, when I'm throwing that jab, I'm getting this guy's head down, throw that uppercut, I throw it to the body where this guy cannot just continue to duck the head, make me miss, and get right back to what he wants to do.
Austin Lewis feeling very good about his performance. We send it to our ring announcer, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside scored this fight 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 to the winner by unanimous decision, Austin the Animal Lewis.
And Sean, once again, I thought Austin Lewis showed a lot of improvement from the first fight to the second. Controlled the range, controlled the distance, fought when he wanted to fight, and won the fight that way.
Joshua Richie definitely had his moments, but Austin Lewis so effective, well-timed his clean power punches. In our opening bout of the evening, the winner by way of unanimous decision, Austin Lewis defeats Joshua Richie.
Who owns combat sports now? The king of violence! Middleweight Ferrier!
Down goes Michael Page in round 1. Jason Rocky Balboa versus Apollo Creed. Right-handed, down goes Julie Diaz. 3-punch combination and sequence there from Alex.
I'm the king of this shit, man. When it comes to trading punches, stay in the pocket, nobody can fuck with me.
Heavyweights for you now. Our tale of the tape is presented by OnlyFans for Manuel Otero versus Mike Ferrier.
Sean, the thing you see here is a 3.5-inch reach advantage for Ferrier. Also a little bit heavier to 16 pounds. If he gets in there, can lean on his opponent. That might be important. However, I think it's the reach advantage. He's going to want to keep his opponent at bay the entire fight.
This is bout number 2 in BKFC for Mikey Ferrier. He's also had 2 in pro MMA, 2 in pro boxing. Mikey Ferrier told us in our fighter meeting, I want to stay on the outside, long, clean, straight punches from range, and use a high elbow guard.
Exactly, wants to block with those forearms. He feels like his improved cardio is going to help him this time. Feels like he's going to defend a lot better, a lot more blocks this time, and can't just go in there and trade punches. He understands that now.
Mikey Ferrier said, I believe my opponent in this heavyweight fight, Manuel Otero, is going to throw big punches to get to the inside and then try to make this an inside fight. Ferrier said, I have to negate that with constant lateral movement and time check hooks as Otero explodes forward.
But he also wants to push his opponent backwards. Feels like if he gets him up against the ropes, he'll have no way to move, no lateral movement out there, and he could do a lot of damage. Admits that he is more of a headhunter. That's what he's going to go with. He's trying to land headshots. He's not even really worried about the body.
Big ovation for Manuel Otero fighting here in his home state, New Mexico. This is Otero's BKFC debut. He's had 23 pro MMA bouts, 9 matches in pro boxing. Otero told us, I like to fight technically until things turn into a brawl, and then I will most definitely embrace the brawl.
And I love that quote, Sean. He said he wants to utilize a lot of feints, utilize his speed to get inside. And once he's inside, that's where he's going to do all of his damage with his power punches.
Otero told us fluidity and movement, smart counters. Otero said, I might be 239.2 pounds weighing in my mind I weigh 170 pounds, and I believe I move like a 170 pounder.
Feels like his opponent's going to come with these looping shots, and it's his job to avoid those shots and come back with power shots, and that's what is going to knock his opponent out. A counter, hard punch after a looping right hand.
Otero said feints and speed to get to the inside. He said, no doubt in my mind, I have a cardio edge and punching power advantage over my opponent, Mikey Ferrier.
Definitely believe it in this altitude. He's here all the time. He trains here. Feels like that's going to be a huge advantage for him.
Once again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 255.2 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, here is Mikey, the American Gangster, and across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight wearing the patriotic red, white, and blue. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 239.2 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 32 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Peralta, New Mexico, here is Mayor Manuel Otero. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Behrens.
Mikey Ferrier said, I want to be the aggressor, and I want to be the aggressor from long range. Round number 1. Red, white, and blue trunks for Manuel Otero. Black and gold trunks for Mikey Ferrier. Moving forward from long range aggressively is Mikey Ferrier.
Ferrier's got to be careful. He's got that chin sticking straight up.
Big right hand on the overhand from Otero.
That's what Otero wants to do, is land that overhand right.
Is the right hand well blocked from Manuel Otero. Otero, high striking guard, blocking those punches. Ferrier on the open chest. The feint, stepping with the right hand. Big swings from Otero. That backs off Ferrier, who now resets, coming forward.
Ferrier's looking very relaxed, though, right now. You can tell he's been in here once before. He feels like he has the advantage with experience.
On the jab. See that high, tight striking guard employed by Otero. Now on the counter, left hand getting through. Left to the body, right hook to the body from Manuel Otero. Lead left uppercut, another left uppercut from Ferrier now into the clinch.
Stop, gentlemen.
Hard overhook from Otero.
Break it up.
There's the separation from Nick Behrens.
Knuckle up.
50 seconds remaining, round number 1 of this heavyweight bout. 2 up to mark, left hand. 3 left hands in a sequence there. The first one got through from Otero. Good right hand from Ferrier. Hand from Otero. To the body on the level change.
I think they're confused. I don't think anybody's from another country here. They maybe don't know how it's from. America, I don't know.
Otero is from New Mexico. Mikey Ferrier is from Ohio. Perhaps more in reference to the butterbean Esch-like American flag trunks of Manuel Otero. Otero on the overhand right. Final seconds, round number 1. Right hand, left hand, driving pressure. There's the hard separation from Nick Behrens. That is the end of round number 1.
And Otero did a great job of landing some overhand rights in that round. That was his best punch. Landed it often, but man, Ferrier didn't seem to bother him at all.
Here, let's go get some water.
Deep breath.
Want me out? I'll get out. Sorry, I didn't know. I apologize. No, we don't get tired here, Mono. Let's go. Keep it up, bro. Set up that right hook, bro.
You could tell right there they were talking about we don't get tired. You know, Otero's corner.
Gotta watch those jabs,
he threw
too.
a lot of hard punches right there, Sean. A lot of times we talk about you only
like
have so many fastballs, you can only throw so many hard shots. He's got to be careful out there. He doesn't burn himself out. You do not want to get tired against
Go. Set for round number 2. Mikey Ferrier actually handed the stool to his corner. I don't know that I have ever seen that anywhere before. A fighter handing his own stool to his chief second.
Ferrier looks extremely relaxed.
So relaxed, he said, I'll move the stool myself.
You need help? Yeah.
Round number 2 underway. Overhand right, you see the big swings of Otero, and that's good elusiveness from Mikey Ferrier. Ferrier looking to explode to the inside. Rights to the body from Otero. And the right to the head. Otero stepping forward. Underhook snatched out by Ferrier. Hard turn on the overhook to counter right back from Otero.
Another good hard shot from Otero. Everybody giving him that round right there. The first round probably due to big punches.
Left hand and down goes Mikey Ferrier. He was falling, he was pushed, but Nick Behrens rules out a knockdown.
Ferrier looks very hurt right now.
The count of 10 is reached. Victory in his BKFC debut for Manuel Otero.
Ferrier kept taking those hard shots. It was just a matter of time until he got one through that did the damage. That's what happened right there. It was a push afterwards, but Ferrier was going down anyway. And watch here, Sean. You can see these big punches. Beautiful left hook right on the button. Ferrier's already hurt. He got shoved down, but if he wasn't hurt, he would have got up quickly. Watch his beautiful, you can just see it right there. The way his head snapped back, he was falling.
There's definitely a push with the left forearm. There's also a punch with the right hand, but referee Nick Behrens determining that Ferrier was on his way down. That's why he ruled it a knockdown and not a slip due to the push.
That would have been a slip, Sean. He would have hopped up quickly. He's still not all the way up. He's up now, but he was hurt from that punch. It was a beautiful left hand, landed flush, landed clean, did the damage.
And then Nick Behrens reached the count of 10 as Mikey Ferrier stayed on the canvas, validates Behrens' decision to rule it a knockdown and not a push via slip. Impressive for Manuel Otero, a big personality and a big win in his BKFC debut.
Power shots, hard punches, closing that distance, waited for the right time and exploded with that power. He talked to us in our interview, Sean. He has complete belief in that power. We see why now.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Nick Behrens, reaches the count of 10 at 42 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by KO, Mayor Mono, Manuel Otero.
Great debut for Otero. Came in throwing bombs, landing those overhand rights, and that left hook that ended the night.
Mikey Ferrier was definitely game. He certainly has power. but the power shining through of Manuel Otero. Those are Eric Butterbean-esque-like trunks, and that's an Eric Butterbean-esque-like knockout. Hard shots to the finish. The winner, by way of second round knockout, Manuel Otero defeats Mikey Ferrier.
Who owns combat sports now? The king of violence!
Down goes Michael Page in round one. Here's Rocky Balboa versus Apollo Creed. Right-handed, down goes Julie Diaz. Three-punch combination in sequence there from Alex.
I'm the king of this shit, man. When it comes to trading punches, stay in the pocket, nobody can fuck with me.
Live from the Tingley Coliseum, BKFC 59 brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink, OnlyFans, Grunt Style Apparel, and Forged Irish Stout. And now let's take a look at our exclusive OnlyFans look here for our main event, the arrival of the magician John Dodson, our current flyweight champion, looking to go 4-0 here in the BKFC, flanked by his team. And here is the challenger, Dagoberto Aguero, looking to make history, looking to shock the BKFC world by getting the win over John Dodson. We'll see that tonight in our main event here at BKFC 59. Now let's go to the tail of the tape, brought to you by Forged Irish Stout.
165-pounders, Felipe Chavez versus Leandro Torres.
And Sean, what a fight. I can't believe this is on the preview. You can see here, Chavez does have a 2-inch height advantage, but it is that 5-inch reach advantage that could make the difference. He wants to stay long, stay outside. Torres has to get inside to do the damage by landing those hard shots.
Leandro Torres made his BKFC debut August of last year. He defeated Harry Cruz by third-round TKO.
And just an incredible fight right here. Fight of the night for sure. These two went to war, came at it, just beat each other for 3 rounds until that was it. Just these cuts stopped the fight. But man, you can just see the way Torres comes in. Feels like he has complete belief in his strength, his cardio, and his power. Wants to come and doesn't mind trading. He will get in your face and throw punches from the beginning of the fight till the end. You can see, like I talked about, he won due to that cut, but you can see he took some damage himself. He does not mind getting in there and mixing up the entire fight.
The Argentine, Leandro Torres, 1-0 in BKFC, 5-1 in his pro MMA career. He holds the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he is extremely proud to represent his home nation, Argentina, in the bare-knuckle fighting championship. Something he spoke about a lot in our fighter meeting, Chris. He said, my goal ultimately is to be so popular in BKFC that I can bring the promotion to Argentina.
Sean, that's my goal too. I'd love to go down there and put on a fight for those guys. Anyway, he wants to get off first and pressure his opponent. Knows he can fight from the pocket, mid-range, long. He feels like he's better everywhere.
Torres also told us, I'm going to hook off of my opponent, Felipe Chavez's jabs. I'm going to throw big uppercuts, and I have confidence that I can open up with full punching power, and my hands will be fine.
Hard punches the entire fight. Knows he's coming out here to do one thing, put on a show. He wants to be a fan favorite because, like you said, he wants to bring this to his home.
Felipe Chavez made his BKFC debut this past January. He defeated Michael Mano by third-round TKO.
Mano, an extremely tough fighter. Chavez did a great job staying outside, landing hard shots. Just look right here. You can throw those overhands. Everything he threw was with bad intentions. He landed a lot of tough shots, cut his opponent open badly, but just continued to fight the entire time. Has great belief in his cardio, thinks he can go hard for 5 rounds. He's ready to come out here and put on a show tonight, Sean.
Felipe Chavez. 1-0 in BKFC. He's had 10 pro MMA bouts. Chavez told us in our fighter meeting, entering my second bout in bare-knuckle fighting championship, I feel now that this sport is more about punching speed than about punching power.
Accuracy, speed. Feels like he wants to start off going to the body a lot in the early rounds to slow his opponent down and they can really pick it up in the last few rounds.
Felipe Chavez said, I really respect my opponent Leandro Torres' toughness. I have to be very aware of his quick, hard uppercuts. I have to create space. If Torres comes to the inside, I have to continually stick and move.
Definitely wants to outwork his opponent. I talked about his cardio. Feels like he has a huge advantage right there. A lot of straight punches, a lot of jabs, a lot of overhands. That's his key, getting in and land the harder shots from distance.
Chavez also talked to us about the shovel punch. He said, I'm going to push a hard pace. I'm going to throw straight, clean punches, and I'm going to throw vastly more to Torres' body than I am to his head.
He also feels like he has the advantage in the grappling department. If they get inside, if they clinch, he can use that tie plum. He can do a lot of damage from that clinch, and doesn't necessarily want to be in that position, but when they get close, he's going to utilize it.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by Forged Irish Stout. Not here to take part, here to take over. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black, gold, and silver. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 165.4 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 1-0. Fighting out of Mar del Plata, Argentina. Here is Leandro "The End" Torres. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 165.4 pounds. He is also undefeated at 1-0. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here is Felipe "Flip" Chavez. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
UFC, BKFC veteran, one of our favorite people in fighting, Diego Sanchez. He's the first cousin of Felipe Chavez. He's in the corner, round number 1. Black and white trunks for Felipe Chavez. That's ruled a slip immediately by Andrew Glenn. No, it is ruled a knockdown, and here comes the count to the Argentine, Leandro Torres.
Sean, that was no slip. That was a punch right to the face. Torres was not ready for it.
Torres in the black, gold, and white trunks. Takes the mandatory 8 from Glenn, right back to it, and a great start to this fight for Felipe Chavez.
Got to be a confidence booster right from the beginning. You knocked the guy out with the first punch, knocked him down.
Jab not there for Chavez. Chavez very wide open striking guard, now the heavy feint. Overhand right off the mark. Big swings from Felipe Chavez.
You're saying Torres right now is a little bit shell-shocked. He's trying to figure out exactly how to get in without getting hurt.
Torres on the lateral move, and knockdown number 2, clean off the jab. Torres takes his move. It's over. The count is over. Andrew Glenn breaks off his count. Felipe Chavez 2-0, just like that in BKFC.
That was impressive, Sean. Wow, Torres looked like an absolute animal in his first fight. Took a lot of punches, didn't seem to bother him at all. 2 punches is all it took in this fight.
Wow. You see Diego Sanchez celebrating with his first cousin, Felipe Chavez. That was it. Diego Sanchez like UFC vintage performance in victory.
And you can see right here, Sean, Torres comes forward, just a beautiful counter. That was the first knockdown. That one didn't do all the damage. Very similar to the second time coming in. Another just straight jab. When you can jab and hurt people, that is a powerful punch you have right there.
Chris, I asked rhetorically, when is it a good sign when a knockdown fighter takes out their mouthpiece? Of course, the answer is never.
So true right there, Sean. As soon as he did that, the referee can stop counting because he doesn't want to be in there anymore.
2 knockdowns, both off of the jab of Felipe Chavez. Felipe Chavez now 2-0 with authority in BKFC.
Torres was supremely confident coming into this fight, Sean, but he felt something he didn't like with each one of those jabs. He got knocked down. He was just stunned. You could tell by the look on his face he was not expecting that, didn't see that in any way happening, but that was exactly what happened. You got hit with a couple of jabs, knocked down. Man, it's a rough sport.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 58 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Felipe Flip Chavez.
Talk about sometimes the improvement from fight 1 to fight 2. Man, Chavez looked like a different fighter than even in that first fight. That was an impressive performance right there.
Leandro Torres is a really talented fighter in both bare knuckle and pro MMA. And Felipe Chavez was dominant. One-way traffic, 2 knockdowns, both on the jab to the finish. Victorious by way of first-round TKO, Felipe Chavez defeats Leandro Torres. When our main card begins at the top of the hour, you will see this, our co-main event of the evening. Donald Sanchez versus that man, Dallas Davison. Only France brings you this exclusive look back of the house of the arrival of both co-main fighters. Donald Sanchez, a veteran of 73 pro MMA bouts, now seeking his 3rd straight win in BKFC against the Montanan Dallas Davison, who comes for his 3rd win in bare-knuckle fighting championship. Cyrus, 3 outstanding prelims. It's always something special with BKFC here in Albuquerque.
100% here. Anytime we come to the Duke City, we come to the Tingley, we know it's going to be a big show. Anytime you got John Dodson on the show, you know it's going to be a big show. That's in our main event tonight. Flyweight Championship is on the line against Dagoberto Aguero. And that name's going to get me all night long. That is just one of those names, guys. What a night, though. Special night here. Of course, the co-main event as well. Dallas Davison, Donald Sanchez. There's a lot of fans still filing in as we speak to the Tingley Coliseum. And, of course, we want you to be a part of all the action. We want you to make sure you get the pay-per-view tonight. Make sure you tune in to the full show because it's going to be good beginning to end. It's what we do. Not to mention, you can lay money on this show as well. We'd love to help you do that. We're going to give you a QR code all throughout the night for you to be able to do that. It's all happening tonight here, folks, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Let's go back to Sean and Chris. And gentlemen, quick 3 fights here. Fun fights, some wars, not just quick fights, but some wars as well. That just shows they are setting the tone for a great night tonight here at BKFC 59.
Cyrus, I know you know this. Chris,
Yeah.
You and I talk about this a lot. Something happens when the prelims are really good. It does indeed set the tone. It filters back, I think, into the dressing rooms, and the fights start to roll. We've seen that with our opening 3 prelims.
It's just the energy that it brings. Somehow you see it, you watch it, you become part of it. It makes you want to be more exciting, go out there and put on a show. You can't help yourself. So we always talk about a lot of times from the very first fight, that starts the tone. That was a great fight, the way they controlled the pace, the range. It was just a beautiful technical fight. But then the next 2 people came out to bang. I love the start of this night. I think we're going to have great fights all night.
Early days of UFC, the Art Davie era of UFC, they talked about style versus style fights. That's largely gone now from modern MMA. We have a style versus style fight, though, Chris, in our main event. John Dodson in the UFC. Twice he faced Demetrius Johnson for the UFC 125-pound title. A phenomenal pro MMA fighter in BKFC. 3 fights, 3 first-round finishes. He wears the strap. He is the head of BKFC's 125-pound division, enters his first fight as champion. Dagoberto Aguero, the fighter from the Dominican Republic, 1-0 in BKFC, 15-2 in pro boxing. Style versus style.
We always talk about Dodson, the way he is so athletic. He explodes in, explodes out. I mean, we talk about he's probably the most athletic guy we have ever seen in BKFC. Speed, accuracy, power, but he utilizes it. He's got to get inside to throw those bombs. Aguero likes to stay long, stay rangy, utilize that boxing movement, stay outside, counter with that right hand. Total different styles. It's whoever's going to be able to implement their game plan, they're going to win the fight.
Cyrus, you know, we talk about these different styles, and that's how we're seeing bare-knuckle fighting championship open up. Austin Trout, obviously now being our 165-pound champion, a former boxing world champion, I think is starting to set the tone. We're going to see more A-list boxers like Dagoberto Aguero coming in at 15-2. We're seeing big names from boxing because, of course, Chris, as you know, and you were part of that first wave coming off of your great 20-fight UFC career, BKFC to this point has really been dominated by the MMA side of combat sports, but the boxers are definitely coming.
Well, not to mention, just looking ahead, you go into May 11th at Mohegan Sun, and you have a boxing star in Heather Hardy making her debut as well. So you're right, the boxers are slowly making their way in here. Early on, it was not a good transition. Now they are really learning the game, and they're starting to dominate a little bit. And we're going to see tonight if Dagoberto Aguero can be one of those guys. I mean, if he comes in and beats a John Dodson in just his second fight, that is going to be, in my opinion, a major upset, but maybe not for the boxing fans out there. Maybe they expect Aguero to win tonight. You're going to have to watch and find out in our main event at BKFC 59. If you don't know how to get a part of it, obviously, you can get it right on the BKFC app. You can get it with Fubo TV as well. Plenty of ways to be a part of BKFC 59, and we hope that you're going to join us tonight because it's not just the main event. As in every BKFC event, each and every one of our fights has the potential to be a fight of the night, a fight of the year, a fight of the month. I mean, we always have that potential because of the style of fighting. So if you're a first-time viewer, you're watching that as we speak. We're just moments away here. They are filling up. They're walking in the door here. And let me go to you one more time, guys, because this is literally one of the greatest fight cities in the world. For a long time, some of the best fighters in the world have come out of this city, and I think it reflects that with the fans that step in here.
You just see it in who the corners are. We saw Ray Borg earlier in the corner. We're going to be seeing one of my favorite boxers from the 1990s, Jeremy Williams, in the corner. There are so many good MMA gyms. There are so many good boxing gyms. It's just a fight city. And these are knowledgeable fight fans. They truly understand combative sports.
I mean, Sean, when you have people like Diego Sanchez, he started here, he brought a whole group of people here, John Jones, George Shape here, all these people trained out of here. They have a great history of fighting, and the people support them. So they support fighting. They know when they're going to come here, it's going to be a great night of fights. They've watched us a couple of times. They love BKFC here, so that's why you have a crowd like this. We're going to come here all the time because this is what you get.
We opened in Wyoming, and then BKFC was really in the Midwest and in the South, but we thank our friend Gavin Pantoa leading the way from the New Mexico Commission, getting BKFC into this state. It's opening up the West. Obviously, coming on April 27th, our debut in California, Knucklemania 4 will be in Los Angeles. We're going to be going to Oregon. It's really not just the national expansion as we're seeing all 4 time zones in the U.S., Chris. We've been to Canada, we've been to 6 nations. It's the global expansion now with BKFC.
And Sean, the problem we're running into now is too many states are wanting us. We don't have time to put a fight everywhere. Every time we want to put on a new fight, we're like, we don't have time to. So it's just crazy, too much.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, is back April 12th. It's BKFC Fight Night, Clearwater. In the main event, the formerly retired Mike the Marine Richmond returns and eyes his destiny. But Destiny's saboteur, Eric El Travisio Lozano, has other intentions. In the co-main event, former world champion Elvin El Bandito Brito toes the line with Jafar Fort Knox. Watch the adrenaline-fueled action live. Download the BKFC app at bkfc.com.
We are all the way live from Satellite 5. I'm Brian Socha, and as always, so much to get into this week on the Bare Knuckle Show. We're glad you're hanging out.
Bare Knuckle just takes one shot. If he can land a good shot, he can do some damage.
6 new major signings, a new location overseas that we're going to be doing.
It gives me so much more energy and reason to go ahead and do what I do.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
It's inappropriate.
John, the Magician Dodson. Dagoberto, King Dago Aguero.
Dodson to the inside left hand. Everybody knows they have to step up to the king to try to dethrone him. And I just prove that I am the flyweight champion of the world.